All right, so this week for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I'm going to do a brief watch list each day on YouTube. So we're coming up to the top of the hour here, 9 a.m., and I'll give you my breakdown of the state of the market, what I'm looking at this morning. It's going to be brief, but just going to give you guys a little bit of a watch list each morning this week. And as always, I hope you hit the thumbs up. I hope you're subscribed to the channel. And if you are interested in becoming a member at Warrior Trading, come on over to our website and check out the Black Friday, Cyber Monday specials that we've got going on right now. These are specifically on the Warrior Starter and the Warrior Pro membership. All right, so this morning we've got well, let's actually start by looking at the S&P 500. All right, so S&P 500 is in a really interesting position here. We've got this daily chart right here, and you can see, let's see, let me get this out. Our all-time high it's right up here. So let me get rid of this. I don't know where you know what? That might have come from a intraday or pre-market peak. So around 168, the high of this candle, regular trading hours, was right up here. Let's see. There we go. Around 167. So as we know, we had good CPI numbers last Tuesday, and that really sent the market on a pretty big squeeze right there. And let me just check my broadcast settings. Hang on one second. It's been a while since I was doing a double broadcast. All right, I'm going to turn that one down. Let's see if that improves. Okay. So, anyway, so I was going over the S&P 500 here, and we had the CPI numbers last week. Overall market makes a nice move up here. And now we've got this daily resistance level at about 252.08. So if we can break through 252.08, then our next stop is, 452. Then our next stop is 457.83. That's this high right back here. And then we have room back up to 467, 468. Historically, December has been a month where we've gotten an average of 2% returns in the market. And so, we've got this seasonal benefit, sort of wind at our back going on right now as we're coming to the end of November and into December. And I was reading over the weekend, some people are now predicting that the S&P makes a new high before the end of the year, which would be impressive. But when we look at the S&P, the all-time high is about 467, and we're at 450. It's not that far away, all things considered. So it could happen. I do think we're a little extended here. It feels like we might fade off this 250 level, but other people are thinking with those better than expected CPI numbers, they're now projecting an interest rate drop in March with like 28% confidence. So, all of a sudden, that really does change the market sentiment. All right, so that's the big market, big picture. Last week was a slow week, and actually November has been a slow month for me. September was good, October was good, but then things slowed down in November. So part of the problem for me has been a lot of penny stocks, a lot cheaper stocks, which has not been as easy. I've had 3 no trade days, I've had 3 red days, and I think I've had maybe 7 green days or something like that, 6 green days. So green on the month, but not crushing it the way I hoped I would, considering it is November. Usually this is a month I do quite well. So the leading gapper right now is CUEN. CUEN squeezed up from $1 all the way up to $3.50 a share. And you're going to notice a little bit of a theme here where we're seeing stocks popping up, making these kind of big moves, and then fading. Today's a day where it sort of seemed like the easier money was on the short side rather than the long side. This one makes this nice move here from $1 up to 2 to 3, but it just goes basically straight up. So there was some opportunity for traders who are aggressive and confident to do micro pullbacks. 250, another one around 3, goes up to 346. It pulls back, comes back up, flushes, comes back up here and does a perfect double top at 346, and then drops from 346 all the way down to $1.99. That is a really strong pullback. And what I was noticing on this, there were 2 things. First, I noticed a pinned order, pinned at the ask, and it was a sell order, a large sell order, and it flushed the stock down. That was on this candle right here. So the way a pinned order works, it was about 70, 80,000 shares. It basically pins to the ask. And every time the ask drops, it automatically moves lower. So it's just moving, basically pushing the stock right down. We saw this with GameStop a lot. So to see it on this stock early on, it made me think someone's trying to get out of a position. Someone's trying to bail. It would be a sort of interesting way to accumulate a short position, because it's going to have the effect of pushing the stock down. And if you're not in yet, then it's not going to be beneficial to you. So I sort of thought that this was a situation of someone trying to dump shares who was already holding. Then it comes back up to 346, and then we get this like basic just flush, hard selling. So that again seemed like someone was trying to dump shares. And then again right here on this candle, almost 100,000 shares. So there was some strong selling on this one today. It's now back at $1.99. It's still up 100%, but after that pullback, is it trustworthy? I think the answer for me is no. CDIO, I see that hitting the scan. That one's up 50%. It's our second leading gapper. Similarly, this one popped up pre-market from $1 up to $1.30. It flushed fairly hard down here to $1.10, but is now rallying back up. Has resistance at the daily at about $2 a share, maybe $1.87, the 200 moving average. So we do have a little bit of resistance coming up here. It does have some news, which is good, but with that overhead resistance, I'm not sure how much more is realistic to get out of it, to be honest. I think it's kind of, this may be, I don't know, we may not get a lot out of it. Then the third leading gapper is NEPT. NEPT is priced at 97 cents right now. It's up 43%, but again, look at this chart. We've got this this big move here, and then we get this drop. All right. So we hit a high of $1.62, and then it pulls back down to 97 cents. So a little bit of chop here, unfortunately, at 96 cents. It's going to be a tough one. I think at this point it's pulled back just too much. All right, so that one's pulled back too much. GDC. This one's got a high of about $5 a share. Pivot right in this area of 439. I don't think that's going to work. I think unfortunately this one's no good. I just don't like that pre-market candle. So the pop and then the pullback. All right, so as we sit right now, we have had a couple of stocks that went up over 100%, which is great. I love seeing that. However, as we can tell, we are seeing stocks that are popping up and that are pulling back, popping up and pulling back. CUEN was on quite light volume, poor liquidity in the market in general. That's a little bit of a challenge right now. And I think the question is, what is the obvious one today? The obvious one today. Well, at this point right now, at about 10 past 9, I'm not sure that I see one that is particularly obvious. CUEN, it's already popped and pulled back. CDIO, it is going higher, but it's got resistance on the daily. If we sort by volume, well, NEPT has the most volume, but certainly that's not the one to focus on right now because it's pulled back too much. I think the one to focus on is a stock that is in the top, of its range. So it's come up to about, whatever the high is, and it's within that top, 10, 15% of the range. So I don't mind a little pullback, but I'd like to trade something near the top of the range. So CDIO, it is at the top of the range, but I see that overhead resistance. And again, for those tuning in on YouTube, I'm doing a special this week where I'm going to give you my watch list. It'll be about 15-minute long stream each day. Give you my watch list, what I'm looking at for the day, and that's basically it. Just a brief watch list each day, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you hit the thumbs up, and I'm doing this special for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We do have sales going on at Warrior Trading, and you're welcome to come over and check those out. So hope to see you over on the website. All right, so we've got about 20 minutes to the opening bell. And I would say right now, I want to wait to see something obvious. I don't see something right now that's obvious to me. So for the pre-market session, we've had a number of stocks that have popped up and then pulled back, popped up and then pulled back, popped up and then pulled back. It has felt like the easier trades today would have been to the short side, because really anything you shorted and added to has come back down, except for CDIO, I suppose, but also this has this overhead resistance, so I don't think that really seems quite right. All right, so let's see. If anyone has a ticker they want me to look at, let me know and I'll take a peek at it. Okay, AVXL, GDC. Yeah, so AVXL, yeah, I was looking at this one earlier. The float is 72 million shares. It is gapping up a little bit, but I think that float is too high on it. Resistance at about $8, which is the 200 moving average. All right, so that's AVXL, IBRX. Yeah, see that. And again, float's a little higher at 150 million shares. Rivian, no real opinion on that one. CDIO hitting a new high. BRSH, I looked at that one as well. Squeezed up to 80 cents and then gave back 50% of the move. So that's a bummer. Don't love seeing that. All right, so my watch list as of right now this morning is I don't like anything for the pre-market session, but I want to see how things look at the open, and I want to see what we end up getting for opening range momentum. Last week, probably the biggest move was on SGD, and this was one of those kind of late morning moves that or afternoon moves that caught a lot of traders by surprise. So I didn't trade it because I wasn't trading in the afternoon, but a fantastic move all the way up to 10. It's pulling back right now. I do think it has potential for like a dead cat bounce, but I don't realistically know how much it would bounce. But you know, it's something to keep an eye on. Probably not today. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. If it was going to bounce, it already sort of tried. I guess there around 7 a.m. and pulled back. So, but yeah. So we'll keep things on watch and see if we end up getting any momentum as we go through the opening range. Maybe there'll be something that shows itself. All right, so just wanted to give you guys this brief watch list for those of you guys tuning in on YouTube. Make sure you check out our Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales that are going on right now. I'll drop a link for this for you guys to check it out, and I will be back bright and early tomorrow morning with another brief watch list stream. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. All right, there's the link for Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales. But if you just come over to warriortrading.com, you'll see these the banners and stuff. All right, so I'm gonna get ready for the opening bell, and I'll see you guys back at it tomorrow.